Welcome to Tammy's Rippin' Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious whole wheat sourdough pizza crust. I hope you enjoy. So to start off, we'll add 2 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour into our bowl. And now I'll add 1 1/8 cup of water. I do use distilled water and it's always at room temperature. So you want to mix that really well. And then what I do, I just let it sit for an hour or so. Just let the gluten develop a little bit more. It's called auto-lease. I haven't really looked into that much and I don't do it, but the lady I learned from, she did that with her sourdough pizza recipe, so this is what I did. And now I'll let it sit for an hour or so. So now it's time to add the sourdough starter and our salt. My sourdough starter was quite runny, so I should have only added the 1 cup of water in the beginning. So you will want to make sure you know the consistency of your starter too before you add too much water into the auto-lease. You want to add about 2/3 of a cup of your starter. And then not quite 1 teaspoon of salt, just a little less. And you're going to want to just mix that until it's all really well combined. So yeah, as you can see, my dough is quite sticky, so I did end up adding some more flour. So this was just a result of adding a little too much water in the beginning and not knowing really how runny my starter was. So just a good thing to keep in mind. So now I'm going to let that sit for a couple hours. and then I'll come back and do some stretch and folds. So it's been a couple hours now. Now I'm going to wet my hands a little bit and then just pull the dough up and fold it in. Just do that once or twice around your bowl. Stretch and fold, and then again you're going to let it sit for a couple hours. All right, so it's been a couple hours now. So again, just have your bowl of water ready, and again you're going to stretch and fold. As you can see, the dough is a really nice consistency. It is a little soft, but that's okay. That's the water that I use. Just sprinkle your hands slightly and stretch and fold. All right, so now it's time to spray your pan with some cooking spray. Whatever else you like to use on your pans, that's what I use. So now you're going to want to get the dough in your hands and just slightly work it to start making it larger to fit your pan. Sorry it wasn't in view there, but I was just stretching it a little bit before I set it down on the pan. And you can wet your hands too as you go, as you're trying to form it on the pan. It's easier if you just keep your hands wet. And now you'll want to just stretch it out onto your pizza pan. And at this point, you'll want to preheat your oven to 480 degrees Fahrenheit. So here we have all the ingredients. We've got pineapple, mushrooms, vegan cheese, green pepper, pesto, spices, and balsamic vinegar and tomato paste. I will leave the recipe in the description box below. So now it's time to get all your other ingredients prepped. Open up the pineapple, opening up the tomato paste. I'm just draining the pineapple here. I'm going to use the pineapple juice for the sourdough starter that I want to try. So empty your can of tomato paste into a bowl, and then I'll be adding some balsamic vinegar, some maple syrup, and some Italian seasoning. This was a fresh jar of pesto, so I just have to give it a stir. And now it's time to clean and chop your veggies. I've got a green pepper here and some mushrooms. Normally I would use fresh pineapple, but I did need to buy a can because I wanted the juice to start my sourdough starter. Feel free to skip ahead here, but I did want to show you how to clean and chop the veggies. This is also new to me. Normally I would cook my mushrooms first and then I would put them on the pizza, but I thought I would give this a try. And also pre-cooking my crust normally I do, but I don't with a sourdough, and it worked out really well. So a couple steps that you actually don't need to do, but it's up to you. All right, now the fun part, assembling our pizza. So to start off, going to add your tomato paste that you've already mixed all the other ingredients in. I didn't quite use all of it. I left a little bit for dipping after, but I used most of it. And now I'm sprinkling on basil. You can use oregano. I've already put Italian seasoning in the tomato paste, so it's however spicy you like it. I like to put a little basil. And now I'm sprinkling on the pesto. And next I like to put a little bit of the mozzarella cheese shreds on. And then the mushrooms. I do like lots of toppings, but it's whatever your heart desires when you're making this pizza. You can put absolutely any toppings you like. And next I'll add the green pepper. And then the pineapple. And now you'll want to top it off with your remaining cheese. And another sprinkle of whatever spice you like, oregano, basil, Italian seasoning. Now into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And once it's all done, you can put a rack underneath to let some of the steam out so it doesn't get soggy. And now it's time to cut up and enjoy. You can put the rack back underneath once it's cut into your slices, or you don't have to, it's up to you. All right, so the pizza's all done, ready to enjoy for dinner or lunch. I do have a number of sauces on my website that you can enjoy with this pizza. I always enjoy it with some salad. I'll show you what we ended up having. I do hope you enjoyed this video and that you give it a try. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Again, thanks for watching.